Hey guys, RenegadeSA here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another exciting video episode of my podcast, CK Talking, the show where we give our opinions over a variety of social and cultural topics that have an impact on our everyday lives. Right now, in episode 1, I hosted a labor consultant by the name of Haley, who gave us a lot of insight into our rights as employees under the current situation in our country. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, it is on my Facebook page and on YouTube. So go have a look at it. Very, very insightful. Right now, in today's episode, I had a discussion, or audio podcast, that I had a few months ago, my second audio podcast, where I spoke about being careful of what you post on social media. Okay, so I thought I'll do that in a video format, but however, I won't go into in depth as I went into the audio podcast. I beg your pardon, but especially now, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about this, since we are spending a lot more time on social media for obvious reasons, because of the current situation. And so, which means that we are posting more, some of us more than what we normally do. Okay. Also, the reason why I want to discuss this again is regarding what's happening to the Miss South Africa contestant. I think it's Bianca Shumbi is her name. What's happening to her in terms of what she posted a good few years ago. I mean, it was 6, 7, 8 years ago, I think. She was 12, she's 20 now, so 8 years ago. And it came back and haunted her, and potentially it has ruined her career. Okay, so, but I want to focus, and what my podcast was, when I did it, was career-wise. Okay, what we post on social media, how it affects us in our careers. Okay, so if we didn't know, and some of you might know, or a lot of you might know, I beg your pardon, is that what you post on social media can never be deleted. Even if you delete it off on your side, once it goes into the cloud, it is there for life, and it's retrievable. Okay, people can access it. There's certain people, I won't go into that because I'm not exactly sure who, but I know that people can access that. It's very important. So we have to be careful what we put on. In terms of work-wise, what I do know, employment-wise, I beg your pardon, what I am aware of that is that employers would, when you apply for a position, and let's say you pass the first step, where they look at your CV and say, okay, thank you, Carl, you are qualified in terms of your qualifications, experience, etc. We like you. They put you on a pile where they like you. Now you go through the second phase, or the third phase, I'm not sure, but they look at your social media footprint. They want to see what you post. They want to look, if you have social media, and you do, normally 9 out of 10 of us will have to look at what you post, things you comment on, what your comments are like, etc. So that also gives them basically an idea of your personality. Okay, and also who they want. It helps them in determining if they want you representing their company. Okay, so if you are posting distasteful things, and which I will talk about now, the things we should avoid, some of the things we should avoid posting, it's going to make your chances a bit difficult. Okay, and the sad reality is that, unfortunately, companies will not call you, pick up the phone, or take the time to say, look, your call, we had a look at your CV, we loved it, you are excellent for this position. However, we see there's a whole lot of posts that you put on Facebook or you put on Twitter where that is not the image that we're looking for. So, have a look at that in terms of, for your future references. They're not going to do that. They're just going to chuck it. Okay, next candidate. Because let's face it, we're living in a country where jobs are scarce, and there's a lot of people competing for the same job. So they're not gonna ponder on your CV and try to fix you. You're lucky if they do that. All right. So things that we should avoid posting. Okay, avoid profanities. Avoid offending races, even in a jokely fashion. Okay, avoid that. Avoid posts where you with alcohol, you are look intoxicated, or it appears that you are intoxicated, always having a good time. Avoid posts like I saw one post actually, well, a couple, but one that comes to mind is where somebody posted animated penis drawings of different sizes, and then at each size is represented to a country, and people commenting, ha ha ha, poor this country, wow, look at that country, etc. Yes, it's all fun and it's all funny, but it's distasteful in terms of career-wise. If your employer sees you posting that or commenting on stuff like that, avoid posting memes where they use vulgar language, memes where they are discriminating, even in a jokingly fashion. Memes discriminating against race, against genders. Avoid those things. Avoid putting statuses all vulgar. Or look at it this way. What I would suggest is when a nice way to test whether your post will be tasteful or not is put yourself in an employer's position, okay, and you are hiring or looking at somebody to represent your brand and your image. Would you hire this person if they posted this? We all have relatives, we all have our priests, some of us have, and as our Facebook friends, we all have aunts, uncles, grandparents. Think of it that way. What would my grandfather think if he saw this post? What would my mom think? What would my dad think? What would my brother, sister think? So think about that before posting. And those are the sort of things that companies would look at in deciding. And even when you are in employment, you always wondered, I work so hard, I'm here first, I leave last, I've been here 5 years, I have all experience. Now Joanne has come along, she's been here not even long, and she gets promoted. It could be that the company is looking at your statuses and said, you know what, Carl, he does his job well, but we're not going to give him this department to run because look at the type of person he is. Unfortunately, you're lucky if they tell you, but sometimes they don't. On WhatsApp, for example, you have a lot of us have our colleagues on, and we have management on. We have some of us, if we like, we have the CEO as our contacts on WhatsApp. Be careful what we put their statuses in terms of vulgarity or profanity. Even if it's light profanity, it can affect your chances, and it has affected people's chances, I tell you. And it's very important to consider that. Yes, you can say it's my WhatsApp, it's my social media, I don't care what people think, I can do what I want. Fair enough, that's your right. You can post whatever you want. But it's also companies' right to decide based on that look, we don't think it's appropriate. We don't like that, or we don't feel. So another thing also that we are probably aware of but don't think about often is that our own colleagues, because we live in a world where jobs are scarce and it's a dog eat dog world. So if someone's going to get a chance in your department, and unfortunately people are like that, in a perfect world that won't be the case, where people will take your statuses, screenshot it or whatever, and take it to management and say, how can you let this person be up for promotion, and look what he's doing, or look what she does in a private life, look what she posts, and that also affects you negatively. So best way forward is consider, think about it. As I said, use those examples. If put yourself in the other shoes, what would you feel about those posts in deciding what to post? And when you comment on somebody's posts, think about that. It'll go a long way. All right. So I hope this video was helpful. If you made it this far listening, thank you. I appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next episode. And also, again, drop your comments. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, any other topic that you feel you want to have an opinion on, put it down below. I will get you on the show. We can discuss it. You can raise your opinion. And that's what the show is all about. So thank you for tuning in, my good people. And stay blessed.